My name is Nick Sivanidis, assistant professor at the Haas School of Business at UC Berkeley and co-director of cities research at the IGC. And today I'm going to talk about the IGC cities spatial model. The motivation for this model is the fact that cities are engines of economic growth, and they're key destinations of government expenditure and policy focus. So we can consider a government who's deciding how to allocate money towards new transport infrastructure, or how to change housing policy or land use and zoning restrictions across the city, or crime or sanitation policy. Lots of forms of infrastructure are spent and allocated within cities. But the impacts of policies in cities can be complex to understand and challenging for empirical work. So you can imagine a transportation policy may have spillovers across different units. By investing in one location in the city, you can affect the desirability of places nearby it as well. There can also be indirect effects. So imagine if one place in the city is affected by a transport policy, house prices go up, and that leads residents who used to live there to move away due to gentrification. They might go somewhere else that then congests that second area and presses up house prices there. And there's a desire to understand the aggregate effects of these sorts of policies from policymakers and to use for cost-benefit analyses, but in a way that can confront and handle these sorts of issues that we face within cities. Spatial models provide a framework to allow us to think about what to expect from a policy and what data we need to collect in advance and what administrative data we need to analyze after a policy has happened. Models help us answer the big questions that policymakers are often after. What was the aggregate impact following a new transport policy investment? How did real incomes increase because of it? How much new land value was created by a regeneration policy that aimed to develop certain parts of the city? Or how are different groups in society affected by a certain policy? We might care about that because of distributional concerns that the policymaker has. These models also confront and handle these spillovers and spatial linkages across locations by directly modeling them within the framework. And lastly, models can help us answer hypothetical policy questions. Should policymakers be spending a limited transportation budget on line A or line B of a new infrastructure investment? Or if a slum is redeveloped, how should the residents who live there be compensated so they're at least as well off as they were before?